Hi, my name is Meyer Marcus, and this is my MCA story. My name is Meyer Marcus. I'm the chairman of MIMCO, which is a real estate company based in El Paso with assets all through Texas and New Mexico. Well, to be honest, Emma Schwartz and Ed Escudero reached out to me because of my knowledge in real estate. In reality, I don't really understand medical anything, but I thought it was interesting for me to be part of this future campus that they were trying to design and get control of. I took it. I'm not usually on many boards, but I took it as a compliment that they would invite me in. My strength is real estate, and I was kind of honored that Ed and Emma both, who I admire, asked me to be a part of it. They had this plan of, I believe, 440 acres, and the plan was right about the time I think the Paul Foster School was getting started. I think there was talks with Texas Tech. I'm not sure if they were involved yet. And it seemed some pretty grand plans, and most importantly, it really was a blighted area. I thought it was kind of odd, south of the freeway. I was born and raised in El Paso, and this area, there was dairy farmers on it, and cow manure, and there was a chroming company down here. It was contaminated. I thought it was kind of odd that they really picked a blighted area, to say the least, although it kind of made a lot of sense. Its proximity to Mexico, proximity to the freeway, central El Paso. I thought it was a pretty aggressive plan, but that was, for me, was kind of a challenge. Initially, they put me on the realty board, and then somewhere down the line, I don't have the dates, but then they put me on the MCA board itself. I've been working closely with Carlos on the financing and the financial statements. But I thought what was really odd and that I didn't realize is that the MCA does not have the right for eminent domain. And I thought that was odd that we're going to go into these areas where you've got people that have lived here for 2 and 3 generations and go to them and say, we're going to buy your house. I mean, we couldn't say that because so we had to negotiate every single deal separately. And it's kind of odd when there's people that no matter what you offer them, they're not moving, you know? I mean, they're 70, 80 years old. They were born here and they ain't moving. And we tried desperately to take an ugly home, in our opinion, ugly home over here and move them over there, you know, on the other side of the freeway, and no interest at all. You couldn't, you just couldn't entice them. So I kept saying, well, without eminent domain, how can you really complete a campus? I mean, you know, and, you know, we've actually, I was instrumental. I will take some credit for organizing this 23 acres. I mean, I think it's 23 acres. You know, we've had some bargains, and then we've had to pay people 3 and 4 and 5 times. But the net result, the cost per square foot over, I believe it's 23 acres that this MCA has. The cost is, the blended cost has been very advantageous to us. I feel, as far as assets of this, it's not necessarily this building, it's not necessarily what's going on. It really is the land that we have. The value of this land is worth, I think, 2 or 3 or 4 times more than we have, and I think in another 10 or 15 years it will be worth multiple times of that. Yet you never really show that on your asset sheet. You got to put what it actually costs you. But I think one of our biggest assets is the excess land we have right now to develop. That being said, I don't think we know exactly what we need to put on it, but it'll happen. Obviously, you've got all this stuff going on, the Children's Hospital, the school has expanded quite a bit. Texas Tech, just everything that's been happening around here. It's just, in reality, in my opinion, it's just getting started. I'm looking at some cranes through the glass here where now they're building a cancer treatment center. It's got started. I mean, this is a 50-year-old plan, and we're 20 years into it. And if I were to get off the board tomorrow, I felt like I was found this campus. I could say we're behind the times, and then I could say we're ahead of the times. On El Paso standards, I think we're way ahead of the times. Trying to catch up with MD Anderson or having him at a cancer treatment center, to me that was kind of odd, because you can literally get on a plane and get somewhere else, and there's no way that we can really compete with, Phoenix, Arizona, or MD Anderson. However, I think it's important that we do have a facility that has connections to those bigger campuses. So from that standpoint, I think that for El Paso Juarez standards, or El Paso, Mexico standards, we're pretty progressive. It's just health. I think we're behind the times with health. I mean, I think I've always questioned why aren't we chasing diabetes, or there's a lot of things that are prevalent in this community that there's just been no representation, or little representation, I should say. So I think it's I think we're behind the times when it comes to healthcare. It has a lot to do with economic. People being able to afford something and not being able to afford something. So I think a campus like this is very, very important for the basic El Pasoans or Guarenzians or Chihuahuans. I think, again, it's 20 years old, which is, in this industry, it's a baby. It's still a baby. It's not a teenager yet. But I think the writing's on the wall. My understanding is Texas Tech we've been involved with Texas Tech, helping them assemble properties adjacent to this property. I heard recently they just bought a big building there across the street, so they're growing. When I say we, my company at MIMCO has helped them acquire property. The hospitals are amazing. The Children's Hospital is even more amazing, and my family has supported all of these. They're different segments. Again, the MCA is really this building and these 20 acres and the veterans, but in reality, the campus, the 440, I think it's 440 acres, which is a lot, is just getting started. All three of my children have moved back to El Paso. All three of my children I now have grandchildren. They all live in El Paso. They all left El Paso, decided this was home. So for me, it really means a lot, because there is a future. There's so many families that have left here, their kids have left, and they're done. I've got a 9-month-old baby grandson, and I got 6 kids, all under 7 years old. And so, there's a future for the Marcus family. We have the ability to go somewhere if we have to go somewhere, but at the same time, we've called on Texas Tech. I've got connections there. We've had some incidents, some emergencies that we were able to get some very, very service that 20 years ago 10 years ago didn't exist here in El Paso. So that's pretty important. So from a personal standpoint, it's pretty important. But more importantly, I have a company that employs 60, 70 people. I think I'm in the real estate business. Real estate is forever. Now, whether or not I own it or don't own it, but the truth is there's jobs, there's people, and I just think for the general community, including my employees, it's super important that they have a facility like this, these facilities, not just the MCA. That being said, I'm going to tell you I am and was a big fan of Jack Hardwell. He was, I don't know if you know him, but a very reserved man. He was one of my mentors. I was actually in partnerships with him in some real estate, real gentleman, and just down to earth. For him, it was as awkward to sit in front of a camera of people as it is maybe for me. But I'll never forget the day that we cut the ribbon on this building. If I'm not mistaken, the Cardwell family put in $5.5 million of I believe a $30 million project. And they had this big ribbon cutting, and big tents out there, and mariachis, and free drinks, and all this stuff. It was hot and everything, and everybody got up. All the politicians got up, and they spoke about this and they spoke about that, and then all the, the part of the MCA staff got up, and then finally Jack Cardwell got up, and he said, I want to thank everybody for coming here. It's my honor to my family to give the money. Now, everybody get back to work. And he walked off the stage. And, it was just a very unique situation. I was proud to be his friend. I was proud to be behind the Caldwell Collaborative. And so he was a basic guy who grew up with his first business was a little gas station, and he ended up being having truck stops all over the country. And so he was my mentor. And the fact that I was related to his foundation, or the naming of this building, gives me a lot of pride.